Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. It was 7 o'clock a.m. sharp when the familiar Today show jingle filled Studio 1A in Rockefeller Plaza. The cameras swept across the cheering crowd just outside the windows, many holding signs like "We love Hoda" and "Thanks for the mornings, Queen." Inside the studio, Hoda Kotb adjusted the gold bracelet on her wrist, glanced at her co-anchor Savannah Guthrie, and exhaled a breath she hadn't realized she'd been holding. This was it, her last morning as an anchor on Today. After more than a decade in the anchor chair and 25 years with NBC, Hoda was stepping into a new chapter. The announcement had shocked viewers worldwide when it was made just weeks earlier. Speculation buzzed online. Was she retiring? Moving networks? Battling health issues? None of that. Hoda was choosing to slow down, focus on her daughters, write her next book, and, for the first time in a long time, figure out what love looked like on her own terms. That morning show was a mix of laughter, tears, and tributes. Al Roker wept openly. Craig Melvin surprised her with a compilation video of her best bloopers. Jenna Bush Hader gifted her a first edition of The Velveteen Rabbit, a story they'd cried over during countless fourth-hour chats. Savannah's voice trembled as she said, "You've been more than a colleague. You've been my morning sister. This place won't be the same." Hoda smiled through tears. "I'm not going far, just a little closer to myself." The studio burst into applause. The screen faded to black, the segment ended, and Hoda Kotb's new life began. 3 days later, Hoda sat by the window in her Upper East Side apartment, barefoot, wearing joggers and a t-shirt from Tulane University. No makeup, no cameras, just her journal and a cup of strong black coffee. The silence felt unfamiliar and magical. Her daughters, Haley and Hope, were giggling down the hall as they played dress-up. She smiled. The sound grounded her. She opened her journal and wrote the day's date. March 9th, 2025. Today, I woke up and didn't have to rush. It felt foreign, beautiful, terrifying. What now? A knock interrupted her thoughts. Her best friend, Maria Shriver, entered holding 2 almond croissants and a bottle of fresh orange juice. "Retired life suits you," Maria grinned. "I'm not retired." Hoda laughed. "I'm transitioning." "Ah yes," Maria said. "Into the next great love story." Hoda paused. "Do you think that's still possible for me?" Maria sat beside her, eyes soft. "I don't think love has an expiration date. But I do think you've been loving everyone else for so long, you forgot how to love yourself." Those words echoed through Hoda like a church bell. Loud. True. Weeks passed. Hoda worked quietly on a new podcast called Unwritten Chapters, a show about transformation, second chances, and the messy beauty of becoming. Her first guest? Herself. Her team hesitated. "Are you sure?" "I'm ready," she said. "It's time." The episode went live on April 1st. It began softly, a familiar voice introducing a show not just about stories, but soul. Then Hoda's voice came in, vulnerable and clear. "For a long time, I measured my worth in early morning alarms, ratings, and how well I kept my personal life tidy. But life is not tidy. Love is not tidy, and neither am I." She paused. "I've loved deeply. I've lost painfully. And for the first time, I want to speak honestly, not as a host or public figure, but as a woman who's still figuring out what it means to be whole." The podcast quickly trended. What followed was a brave, emotional reflection. She opened up about her broken engagement with Joel Schiffman, the therapy she sought after it, the loneliness masked by TV makeup and bright lights, the fear of being alone, and the fear of loving again. But then a surprise. "There is someone," she admitted, "someone unexpected." Listeners sat up, social media exploded. "He's not famous, he's not flashy. He's a teacher, teaches poetry at NYU. We met through a mutual friend at a charity event. His name is Elias. He writes haikus in his coffee mug when he's bored. He made me laugh, like really laugh, for the first time in a long time." She let out a quiet laugh. "He told me I looked like a woman who needed to take her own advice. And I knew, in that moment, he saw the version of me I was too scared to be." The podcast ended with the sound of rain and a single quote. "You do not have to be fearless to be brave. You only have to be honest." 2 weeks later, paparazzi caught a grainy photo of Hoda walking through Central Park, holding hands with a tall, curly-haired man in a gray peacoat. They were laughing. No makeup, no filters, just joy.